Good evening, guys. I hope you can see me well. I don't have the best lighting in here, and it is pretty dark now. I am at my home office relaxing now, and I did a presentation about my Single Woman of Purpose tour early on Periscope, but I wanted to make a video to put on the website and also put here on Facebook Live. And I'm going to turn this down right now. I'm just winding down and listening to some music and relaxing, and I hope you guys had a good evening. Oh, I need that. Okay. I'm excited for 2017 because I'm going to be going from city to city, hopefully across the country, but right now we're going to start small. Right now I'm going to start in Virginia. However, I'm starting in Virginia. I have already made some connections I'm excited about to go into transitional homes and shelters and talk to single women about living their life on purpose and giving them the tools and the strategies that they need to live their purpose and their passion and be able to create a more a healthy economic environment in their home and increase their income and learn how to create side hustles and all this wonderful stuff that I really want to do with single women. And I want to go start at the shelters and transitional homes because I think, of course, I don't even think there is a need there. There's a need for somebody to come in to help the woman feel empowered. I know what it feels like to lose a lot of your stability basically and have to live in a transitional home. I had to live there for a while when I went through my little period of being homeless for a while. I thank God because he didn't allow me to live on the streets, but however, I still was homeless. I had to leave from where I was to stay in a transitional place until I was able to get back on my feet. And even while I was at that place, I was able to minister to the women and men who were there because there was a men's house and there was a women's house. Men and women separate houses, and I was able to even minister even there. So God will still use you where you are. Your gifts and your talents, they make room for you. So, but anyway, I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about the Single Woman of Purpose tour. And so I really want to come to a city near you. And if you are interested in booking a touring workshop such as this for single women that I am targeting, go to CherylWhiteHoward.com. Connect with me on there and we can talk about all the logistics and everything that's involved in order for me to come and host this workshop as well. And maybe if you're a speaker as well or a workshop facilitator or convener, we can collaborate and get together and do something in your city. So if you're an organizer, that is great. If you're a church leader, that is wonderful. If you are a community leader, a politician, if you're part of an organization and a church that you would like to have this type of workshop there and you feel that you can get some single women together who will benefit from this empowering workshop, please connect with me. I so desire to do that. And I'm in that season right now, just really connecting with people who are like-minded and who are interested in this type of effort that I'm doing to help the community. So I'm serving, and that's what I'm doing. I'm serving. But anyway, I want to get into who this workshop is for and my target audience that it's for right now. So it's a holistic approach. So it's helping women to learn how important it is to invest in themselves holistically. When I say holistically, I mean financially, educationally, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Every area, every facet of our life is so important that we do the work so we can position ourselves to meet opportunity, right? And so that comes with dealing with the inner self, our inner issues that become barriers that block us from living successfully, that block us from living our purpose and passions. So we do have to go to the deep things. We do have to do a lot of inner work, right? So we can move past all of that. Because guess what? If you don't do that and you just focus on these external things you want to do, all that inner stuff is going to affect you later on and it's going to sabotage everything that you try to do. And we don't want that to happen. We want to stop all of that. Some of you might experience that already. And you can even see that your broken places, your unhealed places, your unresolved issues have become a barrier for you. And you keep running into the same problems in whatever you try to do because of those things that you need to heal from, because of that trauma that you have experienced, and it's still sabotaging all the efforts you try to make, even your relationships. So we're going to deal with that too. Relationships, communication, and so many areas. of your life, things that we really need to address. And I want to do it in a nice, safe, nurturing environment where we embrace one another, where we get rid of the spirit of competition at the door, no comparing ourselves to each other. We're going to learn about loving ourselves. We're going to learn about loving God, and then in return, learning to love yourself, and then you can love your sister and embrace sisterhood. And then you what you do is kill and you tear down the wall that separates you from embracing and loving on your sister, where you no longer feel threatened by her gifts, but you can celebrate your sister. You can be happy for her because it's a win-win situation. You understand that you have a purpose, and you understand that she has a purpose, and maybe there's a vision of coming together to collaborate and network. So it's also all about that. So we're going to do the work so we can position ourselves. And then we're going to talk about these single women. And remember, this is single women for all walks of life, whether you've been divorced or you've never been married, or you widow and you desire to marry again. We're going to discuss that. Again, positioning yourself to be found by the type of future husband you desire. And so again, we have work to do. And so a lot of times we need to support. A lot of women are not in the right atmosphere or the right environment, that supportive and nurturing environment where they can grow, where they can learn to enhance their quality of life, where they can be with their sisters and receive support and accountability, because it's about that too, pushing each other. But see, again, when you love yourself, then you understand that when I push you or somebody else push you, you don't receive it as a threat. You don't receive it as an assault. You receive it as love, because you will understand I'm doing it out of love. The Bible talks about this lets us know that God chastens those whom he loves. It's like a parent. The reason why your parents discipline you is because they want you to know better and do better. They love you. And so they're trying to protect you. So when they give you, teach you things in life, implement strategies, give you life lessons, it's to protect you, it's to teach you so you can grow, so you can develop into a well-rounded, disciplined person. And that's what we all need. So let me get into who these workshops are for. So the workshops are designed for single women who have aspirations, desires, passions, purpose, or some of those who need to discover what that purpose and passion is. And it is buried. If you don't know, it could be buried under a lot of the stuff I talked about earlier. And when you start tearing down those barriers and you can break through and propel into your purpose, then you will start to see what's the treasures that's inside of you that you may not have been aware of. And sometimes, again, you have to be in the right place so all of that can be birthed. So conception can begin, and then your creative juices will start flowing, and then ideas will start to come back, and things that you probably desired from the time you was a little girl start to come back to surface, and you'll live it out. Now you have a new fire under your feet where you can go ahead and actualize those things that you desire and love to do, those things you feel you're called to do, but you don't know how to put them into action. I'm here to help you with that, along with some other women that I am connecting with to also help me facilitate these workshops. So single women who have aspirations, visions, dreams, who want to live their God-given purpose, whether it's entrepreneurship, ministerial goals, side hustles. I can go on and on and on. Things that you just desire to do in your life, goals that you want to achieve. It could be relationship goals. It can be learning how to create healthy relationships with other women, because a lot of times, because of our issues out of the hot fuzzy issues of life, it blocks us from forming healthy relationships with other sisters, other women as well. Also, who want to connect with a diverse group of women with their own unique creativity, wisdom, talent, gifts, insights, and wisdom and ambition. Imagine us bringing all of that together. Imagine all of us being on one accord and singleness of heart and the same mind. We coming in with the same goal. So we leave all that negative stuff at the door. I believe if you come with a mindset like that, then it would be a win-win situation, and lives will be changed. And I'm warning you right now, and I'm alerting you right now, anytime I have workshops like these, you have to be ready for change. You have to be ready for deliverance, because deliverance can come in different forms. It don't have to be in a church service. Just receiving information and strategies that you need transform you, and you be delivered from the old way of doing things, or not doing anything at all, to doing something new, doing something that you've never done before, stepping out on faith. That is deliverance right there. Relieving and divorcing yourself from fear. That's deliverance right there. So I'm saying you have to be expecting the impossible, not from me, but from God, because I'm a Christian based organization, and I welcome God into everything that I do. I want him to have his way in your life. I am just a vessel. I am just doing what God called me to do. But guess what? He gives the increase of everything. I'm just planting seeds. I just want to drop seeds in different territories, and I want God to do the rest. And I want you to embrace that. Amen. Okay, let's get back on track. So also workshops, single women who desire to learn how to break through perceived barriers, what we think are blocking us from moving ahead and being successful. Again, sometimes it's a mindset that you have to change and you have to work on. Deep, that prevent us from living our purpose. Single women who want to invest in themselves, and I already went over that in all the different aspects and facets of our life, and build a level of self-esteem and confidence. When we do all of that inner work, then we able to walk and live in confidence and have a higher, healthy level of self-esteem and a positive self-concept. Then that'll start to shine. And guess what? You will start to attract the right opportunities. And you'll even attract the desired mate, future husband that you're looking for. Because men like confident women. Men like confident women. I didn't say manly women. I didn't say aggressive. I say men like confident women. Trust me, I know it, because one of the main things I'm complimenting on from men who are attracted to me is my level of confidence. Now, we can have insecurities and still be confident. It's a difference between being an insecure person who walk in insecurity compared to someone who just have insecurities. Sometimes we just have insecurities in different areas. For one, when I was going to school, I was insecure about math because I didn't do so well in math. So when it came to doing math, my fear came out when it was time to do math or go to the board and try to answer a long equation. And I'm standing there like, I'm insecure because I don't understand it. I don't know it. I'm not confident in it. You understand what I'm saying? So I had insecurities in that area, but I wear confidence in other areas. But men will see that, and that will attract and draw them towards you. So it's about positioning yourselves where you will start to attract the right things, the right people, the right opportunities, the right connections. Listen to what I'm saying. Catch the wisdom behind that. So that was that area, right? So now we're going into, like I said, the economic status in order to successfully operate in your purpose and achieve your overarching goals. If you're looking for a safe, collaborative, empowering, and nurturing atmosphere, that's what the Single Woman of Purpose workshop is all about as well. A community of women supporting each other, so important. And supporting each other's endeavors and providing accountability and most of all, encouragement. I want it to be a place of encouragement. We all need that. I don't care how high you get, how high you think you are. There's times in life, women need to be encouraged throughout our whole life. But sometimes you go through seasons where you really need to be lifted up by somebody else when you don't have the words inside yourself to encourage yourself. Guess what? You have a network, a group of women who will encourage you. They will be there for you. And so if you're looking for a great opportunity such as this one to participate in, again, if you can organize a group of women, it can be you may live in a building or a apartment complex or a community where you have a center or a place where you can gather single women together. I'm targeting single women this time. I do have similar workshops for just women in general, but this one is about single women. If you can do that, I can come to your city. And so this is like a group coaching, but it's strategic and it's intentional and it's purposeful and it's life-changing. And so if you want to know more about that, again, go to CherylWhiteHoward.com. Please connect with me. I'm so ready. I'm making connections even now, and I'm just really starting to I'll fill up my calendar. I just want to have dates and different places I'm coming to. And I'm looking forward to this movement. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to this movement. You may know someone who's interested. You may know someone who needs to be in this type of workshop. Please be a vessel and let God use you to help change somebody else's life, to have a positive impact and influence in their lives as well. Because sometimes we can be too close to people for them to receive from us. So sometimes they have to receive it from somebody else. It can be the same thing that you tell them. And I experienced that. Tell someone the same thing. And like, wow, I told you the same thing. I imparted the same thing into you, but you didn't receive it from me. But that's okay, because it's not about me. But that's when you come to a place of maturity. But I'm just saying it's just something to notice and understand that sometimes people's heart, when people know you, sometimes it's just hard because they feel you know them, you know their business, and they just uncomfortable with all of that. The Bible talks about how Jesus wasn't accepted in his own hometown, those that he knew, but when he went to other places of people that didn't know him, he was able to do his best miracles because they received him so well with open arms. They didn't have any reservations about him. They didn't know him, even though he was perfect. Still, sometimes people don't want to receive who you are. They can't embrace your greatness. Sometimes people around you see your greatness, but because of their own insecurities and issues, they need to be in the group too. Because of all of that, again, it's hard for them to celebrate you as well. That's the stuff I want to come against. No more of that. No more of that kind of sickness. It's time for us to live on purpose. It's time for us to enjoy our lives and embrace one another. But anyway, I don't want to keep ranting and going on and on and on. Again, my name is Cheryl Howard. I'm your inspirational and transformation strategist, Christian life coach. Go to CherylWhiteHoward.com to get more information and to connect with me. And I look forward to serving you. You have a good evening.